Alright, what's up everybody? We're on day 4,000 of the quarantine, or maybe not, I don't know anymore. But here we have, who are you, Dracula?
Draco.
Draco?
No, Draco Malfoy.
Draco? What is Draco?
Well, I am a wizard from Harry Potter.
Oh, Harry Potter, of course. For those of you who don't know, I wasn't raised with this innate love of Harry Potter. I don't hate it, but I just don't fully get it. So anyway, so you're Dracula Malfoy, that's great.
No, Draco.
Oh, Draco. Okay, Draco.
No, Draco, not Draco.
You know what? Agree to disagree. So, we're gonna make ricotta pancakes today. You may say ricotta, you may say ricotta, it honestly doesn't matter. But, the recipe was released yesterday, hopefully you have it. We are gonna use the method where we combine all of our dry ingredients.
And right now it's also simple again since Joe Baker already poured some ingredients in that bowl.
And separately, we will combine all of our wet ingredients. Now, what is that method called? Where we combine all of our dry ingredients, and separately we combine all of our wet ingredients. Which method is that? Do you remember? Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
You're getting some help from off camera. What does that say?
Biscuit?
It's definitely not the biscuit method. What else do we think it could be? While we wait, I'm going to gently stir our dry together. Dough. I can tell nobody in this house listens to me. That's fine. Hopefully those of you watching the video are. When we separately combine our dry ingredients together and separately combine our wet ingredients together, that creates what is known as the Muffin Method. Good job everybody who is screaming it at your computer screens, I hope. So, separately I have my dry, and here I have my wet. My ricotta is in here. If you could not find ricotta, if you do not like ricotta, that's fine. Use something that is of a similar texture. You can use mascarpone, if you call it that. Yogurts, you can of course omit it and you will still have delicious pancakes.
What about milk?
There's also milk in the recipe, so you can use something like that, it's totally fine. So, we're going to mix and mix and mix. This is technically the muffin method, although I will mix these completely to make sure that I get a more uniform mass. So, very, very simply, in there, scrape everything out. We want to make sure we have all of our ingredients. It's very important.
Or else it won't be exactly a pancake.
It won't be exactly a pancake. The recipe is on my website, and it will also link to this video. But for those of you who are following along right now, and you absolutely have to have it, we have 220 grams of all-purpose flour, 40 grams of sugar, 12 grams of baking powder, 3 grams of baking soda, 5 grams of salt, 240 grams of milk, weigh it, 180 grams of ricotta or some similar textured dairy product, 3 large eggs, and 15 grams of oil. So when Dracula Malfoy here said that it was a very simple recipe, perhaps it wasn't. I just made it look simple because everything was already done for him. So we mix and mix and mix. Obviously, what you see most often with ricotta pancakes is they have lemon in them. You could add a squeeze of juice, a zest of the rind, and you would have lemon ricotta pancakes. I think they're great. To me, clementine is the king of citrus, so I would use clementine. And of course, it's a pancake, so all we have to do is mix it and let it hang out for a second. Yes, Blaze, what is your question?
Can we do the joke?
Yes, you can do the jokes.
So
They're supposed to be kind of impromptu, but yes, go for it. You have my permission, Dracula.
It's Draco.
Oh, sorry, Draco. What's your joke? Oh, you need to read it?
No.
Because it's unscripted?
No, first it's your turn to
Oh,
do the jokes,
okay.
then I do it.
It's amazing how many people in this house tell me how to live my life. What was Cheese's favorite book?
I don't know.
Ricotta and the Sorcerer's Stone. Oh man, I can't believe this is what I do for you guys.
Okay.
What's your joke, Mr. Draco Malfoy boy? Draco Malfoy boy. Go ahead.
What does Voldemort eat for breakfast?
What does Voldemort eat for breakfast? Although I can read the answer.
Huff
Hufflepuffs. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Kind of like Pufferpuff, it's a Huffle.
Yep. Okay. Don't poke me with your wand. That's weird.
Emma.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we have our pancake batter. We have let it rest while you heard our terrible jokes for about a minute or two.
Terrible.
They can rest for a little bit longer. And then we will go straight into griddling. These could be mixed up to 10 hours, 12, 16 in advance. I would not do them a whole day in advance because we want to make sure that the sugars stay loose. After a while they will sink. If you mix them for more than a day in advance, you need to stir it again, then you can use it, all right? Now, to griddle a pancake is actually really simple, but you would be amazed how many people are scared of it. So I will do one, and then Draco is gonna flip his first pancake ever right here with you guys, Facebook Live, Corona-mageddon. Are you excited? No? Well, you're gonna do it. So, we get our saute pan. For those of you curious at home as this heats up, this is a portable induction burner. If you do not know what induction is yet, it works through magnets. So there is no flame. Please quit scraping your wand. There is no flame. It is direct heat into the pot or pan or something like that. It is completely safe. They use it on airlines, cruise ships, things like that. It heats up super fast. This thing's already raging hot. It can boil a pot of water in about 90 seconds. I love induction. It's what we have wired into the house. I use these for all of my cooking events and demos. Induction is the way to go. I think it's the future for sure. Next time you're out at Target or something, you see them on sale, grab one. They're totally worth it. You do have to have special pans for induction. Okay? Now, are you ready? Now pay attention. I have my burner on around 300 degrees. We would call that medium to medium high heat. To make sure that I have uniform pancakes, I will use a disher, or what you might call an ice cream scoop. This is not an ice cream scoop, but I understand why you call it that. I'll let it go. So I will scrape this. I have a little oil in the pot. You could of course use a non-cooking or a non-stick cooking spray. That is also fine. What we want here is a very slight sizzle. Very slight when it goes down. And then the heat will continue to transfer through. Now, many people know this, but you'd be surprised how many people don't. We know it's ready to flip when the bubbles on the surface are uniform. Okay, do we see our little bubbles, Draco?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're popping up. We got a nice little sizzle. Now, the reason I like oil versus the spray is it gives me crispier edges on pancakes. In full disclosure, I actually don't really like pancakes that much. It's kind of a funny thing. I know it's sacrilegious, but these are delicious. These I'll give a free pass. I think it really comes down to I don't believe in a food that you have to add like a gallon of syrup to enjoy it. It's the same reason I don't like ices, but who knows? No, leave it alone. We're still looking. Do we have nice uniform bubbles? Not yet, right? So what we also want to see is that the bubble holds and leaves a complete cavity where it was. If the bubble rises and pops but it fills in with the dough, it's not quite ready. We can gently shake our pan, we can rotate it around, make sure we get that oil evenly distributed, but we're getting closer all the time. You can of course cook this as hot as you would like. I like to go on a more medium heat, that way I get a more neutral color. Plenty of people burn the first one, and it's kind of an old cooking tale that the first one goes to the dog. It's for making crepes, but it applies to this as well, because the first one's usually really ugly. You're trying to get the temperature right, the texture right, things like that. We got big bubbles here. They're holding real nice. So here we go. Pay attention, because you're about to do this. You ready, bud? No, you can do it. You can do it. Watch. So just watch. We take our spatula. We free up one side. Scoop straight through. Flip it over. See how easy I did that? Then we take the back of our spatula. We can clean it up nice and neat. Make sure it's good to go. This is a very pale brown. I would say it's straight up yellow golden color. Don't be nervous. I can tell you're getting nervous. You can do it. Calm down. Put your sleeves down. You can do this, bud. Okay? So, I've done the first one. It's got a beautiful rise to it, right? It seems like a lot of baking powder and baking soda, but it's luscious and glorious. And with that extra ricotta, it'll be extra, extra creamy and dense. It'll be awesome, okay? Now, I can tell Blaze is getting nervous, but we are going to do this together. Give me a fist pump. We're going to do it, bud. Okay, I'll give you a hug, but there's no need to be nervous, okay? Look, it's a pancake. We're going to do it.
Scary.
You ready? No, it's not scary.
Scary.
It's not?
Scary.
Okay, stop. You ready, bud? Now look, when I'm ready, I can flip it over. Here's how not scary it is. The top won't be hot. Look at that. I can hold it in my hand. I can see the bottom and say, I'm happy with that. Transfer it to my plate, and then I move on to the next one. All right, you ready, bud?
Can I put that one in?
You can definitely put that one in. I'm going to move the burner. This is the other benefit of the portable burner. Okay, we're going to move this closer so that Draco Blaze is not extra nervous. Okay, here we go. I'm going to move the oil around for you. I'm going to help you scoop it. Okay?
And I'm going to put it in.
And you're going to put it in. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Here you go. Turn it over and click it. I'm going to hold your sleeves because they are obnoxiously long. All right. Oh, God. He just chucked it in there. You okay, bud?
Yeah.
Okay.
I almost burned myself.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay. I'll make sure nothing happens to you, okay? But what are we looking for, Draco Blaze? You tell me. This is your job now.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Hold on. What are we looking for? I just talked about this.
Bubble?
Bubbles. Do we see any bubbles?
Yeah.
Not really, because they haven't popped yet, okay? We see like that bubble formed, it popped, and then it went away. We want the bubbles to pop and leave a cavity. That's when we know. And we want more than just the one to do it. Now, Draco Blaze set himself up and made it really difficult because he put it right on the corner of the pan, so his pancake is no longer round. The reason pancakes are round is so they cook uniformly, okay? It's not the end of the world, but we're gonna have to pay special attention to when it's time to flip. Okay, we're gonna